Good afternoon. I'm just sitting in the window getting some air. It's windy outside. Ooh, it's really windy out there. I wonder where all this cold weather coming from. It's about to be, damn, May. It's tomorrow. And we still gotta wear jackets. Like, run off with my mouth. I like talking about relationships because I've learned so much. Drink green tea. It's good for you. I drink this almost every day, every morning. Very good for you. Got a lot of antioxidants in it. Whew. Women really have to, I remember my mom saying to me, be careful who you have babies by. Oh, that tree done broke, Dad. Wow. But that was after the fact. But over the last 15 years, I learned a lot about men. And not from women. I love listening to man relationship coaches because they don't sugarcoat. See, when you go to a woman and talk to a woman about your relationship issues or something, they gonna sugarcoat shit. I don't like being sugar. I don't like nothing to be sugarcoated. I like the real deal because it's about me growing and making better choices when it comes to a man. But this video is about having a man with multiple children. Now, I never wanted to have multiple children by multiple men. However, I have 4 children, 3 by my first husband, and the last one by my second husband. And when I got pregnant with her, I wasn't married to him, and I was very upset with myself because I did not want to, first of all, have another child. That wasn't one, let alone have a child by a different man. But unfortunately, I did, and I'm glad I did. Because my youngest daughter, who's now 15, will be 16 in July, I have learned a lot, and I have taught her a lot. And me teaching her taught me. When she was 3, I had converted to Islam. And with Islam, I learned a lot about family vows and things like that. You know, I started teaching her, to love herself, respect herself, and especially the most important one is to know her worth. I taught her that the purpose of marriage, what a wife should do, what a husband should do. And she knew the time she got 7 to 8 that when you're married, you're not supposed to sleep with other people because she was taught that. I remember one time we was coming out at my job because she was attending the summer camp where I worked at. And it was her and her 2 Muslim friends. So you never know what children are paying attention to. So there was a couple who infant child was in our program. Now these 3 Muslim girls, my daughter and her 2 sisters, Muslim sisters, they recognize the mother and they recognize the father. So I'm taking them to the park to be with their teacher, and they saw the man, the father of this little baby, coming out the car with another woman. They all looked at each other like at once. They was like, that's not the baby mother. And they saw this man walking into the building with this woman. And they was like, that's not the baby mom. Why is he going in the building with this woman? And this is where they lived at. And he was hugging on the woman and flirting with the woman, so they knew it wasn't a family member. So they created, my daughter created a rap right there, and I wish I would have had a camera at that time to record the rap. They started rapping, freestyling, off the top of the head, talking about men who cheat. I was amazed. Don't knock Muslim children, because they know more. They know a lot. So they started calling him a cheater. I was like, well, how you know he cheating on his baby mother? They said, look at him. He hugging on this woman. He kissing on her. And he's taking her into the building where he lived with his girlfriend and the child. They knew that the man was doing wrong. And then, on top of that, Two, 2 to 3 days later, they saw him with another woman. They wanted so bad to go tell the child's mother, but I was like, that's not y'all business. She'll find out. And eventually, I think she did find out. I don't know if she left him or not, but she eventually got pregnant again, and that's when she found out that he was cheating on her. And that's kind of sad. But that's sad. Like I'm glad that it's sad that those children, those girls, young girls, 9, I think they're 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there, recognize that at such an early age. But you got grown women out here sleeping with married men knowingly, knowingly. Not only knowingly would disrespect the wife, as the wife doing something wrong. Like in my situation, as the wife is doing something wrong. Like, you're sleeping with my husband. I'm not sleeping with your husband. I don't owe you nothing. So anyway, so my daughter found out about what her father was doing. She didn't want to have nothing to do with him. And she's just coming around to allowing him to be in her life. And you'll hear people say, well, adultery don't have nothing to do with children. Dumb motherfuckers, go look that shit up. Adultery affects the children more so than it affects the adults who are participating in that shit. And if parents really know the devastating effects of adultery that it has on a child, maybe they wouldn't commit such act. Children suffer because, first of all, you're breaking up their fucking family. Excuse my French, my language, but you're breaking up a fucking family when you fucking cheat. Her mother is not going to stay with her father because he done disrespected her. That bothers me when I hear people say, oh, that's between the adults. No, the fuck is not. I could easily go get another man. She can't get another dad. She can have a stepdad. But it's not like it's not the same as having your own biological dad in your life doing what he's supposed to do. But I'm grateful that she have her two brothers. She got 3 brothers. They were older than her. But the one she grew up is the one, her two brothers that I had that came, that's older than her. She wasn't in touch with her brother from her father because they live in New York. So once I left her father, everything from that was cut off. She just got in contact with her brother this year because their father decided that they need to be talking to each other. And they talk a lot. To the fact he wants to know what the hell they talking about. Ain't none of his damn business what they talking about. They talking about your ass. And my daughter was explaining to her brother, like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that little girl. So, and he asked why. He said, because how he did me. You don't neglect one child and be part of your side chick baby's life. You don't do that. And her brother said, well, I understand. Maybe you'll come around. She said, I doubt that ever happened. He really did me dirty. Like your own father did you dirty because he was a man enough to stand up and put the side place in check. So I'm not gettable. I'm not arguing with no motherfucking man because I know the truth. I knew he was going to try to come back and try to be in our life, and he continued. Even when he called her now, he's still asking about me. He don't got no business asking about me. Want to know if I'm fasting because it's Ramadan. Are you fasting? Are you getting yourself together? So my daughter told her father, she said, when you come out here and see me, I hope you ain't trying to bring that little girl. Because I'm going to walk right off and go back home. He told her I wouldn't do that to you. She's like, oh, she was like, okay, I'm just making sure. Don't bring that little girl out here. I do not accept her as my sister. It wasn't like you and my mom was separated and y'all wasn't together. You did that while you was still with my mom, and I can't accept that child. Not only did you cheat on my mom, you neglected me for fucking 4 years. She didn't curse. But she let him know. She told me she let him know how she felt. Don't bring that child to Philly. I will walk away. I will go back home. But he told her he wouldn't do that to her. And ain't this kind of fucked up, though? You cheat. Make a baby with your side chick. Neglect your child by your wife because you're scared of your baby mother. Now you trying to get back up. You're trying to get back in your daughter's life. But you can't even have all three of your children together because 3 children by 3 different women. He can bring his son out here, who's a year older than my daughter. But that little girl would never be in a picture with her father and her siblings. See, the older boy, the older son, he accepts the child because he don't know the whole truth. He don't know the whole truth. But my daughter doesn't accept it because of what her dad did. But it's kind of sad. As a mom, I would feel so messed up that my child has siblings that don't want to have nothing to do with him or her because of my freaking choices. You understand? Like, even if I was to, just say if I was to, that's not happening though. But what if we was to get back together and we take trips? That child would never be able to come because I'm that type of woman. I don't accept outsiders in my household. Some women might think it's wrong, but I'm that type of woman. You have a baby on me, and if we was to get back together, you can be a part of that child's life. That means you can go see that child. You gotta support that child, but that child can't come to my house. I'm not that woman, and I'm being honest. Nothing against the child, because every time I look at that child, it's gonna remind me of what you did to me and our daughter. So we can never heal if I gotta keep being reminded physically by seeing that child's face. And I told him we would never get back together. We could be friends. Because he was trying, or he was trying to sleep with me. He sure enough was trying. Bet that baby mama ain't post that shit on her Facebook. You want to find out? Come to my YouTube channel because I'm going to tell it all. I'm going to spill the beans. Women need to wake the fuck up. You don't sleep with no fucking married man and have his baby thinking that man loves you. Why? He don't love you. But he's still married to me. And look, let me tell you something. He called around 3 or 4 weeks ago. My daughter got real upset with him. I'm on the phone talking to my man. He calls my daughter and say, put my wife on the phone. My daughter tells him she's on the phone. She's on another call. He was demanding her to go tell me to get on the phone. Tell my wife her husband is on the phone. It's comedy now. Because men be really screwing up their lives over pussy. You sleep with the wrong, unstable, mentally, emotional, spiritual, unstable woman, she's going to fuck up your life. Period. My sons, oh my God, my sons are 31 and 25. And guess how many grandchildren I got? 1. My youngest son, my mom told him, you got to strap up. She showed him how to use a condom by using a cucumber. How to put it on. And I've been talking to him since he was like 10. You, son, ass may look good. She may look cute in the face. First of all, you don't sleep with any and everybody. Because a lot of these women are desperate. They don't love themselves. They will trap you. They will get pregnant on purpose to have that man attached to them. They will sleep with you and think you their man when the only thing you want to do was fuck. And he has seen some females that are like that. Exactly what his mom said. He get with him. He always think about what his grandma and his mom taught him. You got to be careful. Sometimes you get with a woman you cannot get rid of her, especially if you have a child with her. You cannot get rid of her. Unless you are a strong enough man to move away from her, take her to court, get a visitation schedule, a custody schedule. You don't really have to deal with her. If you have to involve the state, so be it. I'm really against that. But if you have a mother that's mentally, emotionally unstable, and you got a child bit by her, and she's causing you a lot of drama in life, you can't get rid of her and still be a dad. You don't have to be in her life or connected to her, because you can do everything through the courts. You pick your child up and you have a specific meeting point, or you have a third party pick up the child, or you pick up the child at the precincts. You don't have to be involved with her to see your child. There's ways around that. But some men are so damn weak. It hurts me to see. I will beat the shit out of my sons if they ever let some motherfucking unstable woman fuck their life up. I will literally beat the crap out of them with that cast iron. I will hit them upside their head, because that's not what I taught you. You don't let no woman control you and mess up your life. Even if you made a mistake, not a mistake, because sleeping with someone is a choice. Even if you was wrong for sleeping with her and you realize what type of woman she is, it's time for you to grow up and nip that shit in the butt. It bothers me to see weak ass men out here where women are dogging them out or fucking up their life, and they not man enough to do anything about it. You don't gotta beat her up, but you ain't gotta deal with her either. Just like women need to start loving themselves, men too. Because there's a lot of men in here in a relationship, in a situationship with a woman they shouldn't be, because they don't think they can get nobody else. They stay put. Peace and blessings. I gotta go.